So dear learners, it's a follow-up video of my earlier video where I discussed about the looping or iteration in C language with the reference to for loop only. But today in this session I'll be discussing the differences between that for loop and two other different statements like do while loop and while loop. So ultimately the clear distinction between do while loop and for loop will be clear. So without losing time, let me directly go to the editor where I have made ready 3 different programs to discuss with you all. So I'm now starting my editor as I discussed in my earlier video. So here this is the header file as we need, has include stdio.x, then the main function, then the variable declaration part, then the variable initialization part, then a new construct do while. So here what happens in do while, we order simply with a do, then a block of statements are executed in this highlighted section. That means to print something, and then we have a while terminator, while up to I less than equal to 100. Okay, so this is the construct of do. Then the construct of while, similar kind of a program. The while construct is something like this: the header file, the main function, the variable declaration, the initialization. Then in place of do, here the while comes directly, then the group of statements executed until finish. Then we have the for. What happens in for loop? The header file, the main function, the variable declaration only, but the initialization will happen exactly inside for loop here, that I equal to 1, I less than equal to 100, I equal to I plus. It was discussed in my earlier video, but I am refreshing those things again. Here in for loop, the initialization part, the condition part, and the modifier part, modification or modifier or updater part is present. That means initialization, condition and updation happens within the for in one place. But in case of while, what happened? Initialization happens here, condition is here, and the modification is somewhere else. That means all 3 parts are separated in 3 different distinct areas. In do while also similar kind of a thing is there. I equal to 1, and this is the do starting, this is modification part, and this is condition. In case of do while, what happens? The initialization comes first, then the modifier comes, then the condition comes. So difference between do while and while is that in case of do while, initialization at the beginning, modification in the second, and condition is at the third. But in case of while, what happens? Initialization is same as like do while at the beginning. In second position, the modifier came in case of do, but in case of while, the condition comes, modification comes at the last. This is a slight difference between do while and while. In case of for loop, what happens? The initialization, condition, modification are all grouped together. So people follows basically this loop because it is a bit easy to handle, easy to write. Actually, it is more popular as compared to other 2, but still we need to know the other 2 loop constructs like do while and while. Let me say something about what happens in do while. In do while, I is 1, then our instruction is given do. What to do? Print. What to print? Print a decimal value. What is the decimal value? The value of I. That means what will be the value of I at the first iteration? In the first iteration, I value will be 1 because it is 1, no modification yet done. But after it's being printed on monitor, then I becomes I plus 1. So it becomes 2. Then it goes down, and as because of this do while construct, the movement goes from this position to this position. Why? Because this is the way how loop works within any programming language. So while it becomes 2, few seconds, few minutes ago. So 2 is less than equal 100. Yes, it is a right statement. So it will be jumping to the first initial condition, and 2 will be printed. Then 2 becomes 3. It will go like this. So ultimately, what values will come on monitor? The values that will come on monitor. Let me send something here. So let me make it 4D or 5D. Okay, it is 4D. So why 4D? You will see it. So let me go for execute, compile. It's a success message. So execute, run. So while running, this program is done. What is the program? The output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this up to 100. Why? Because the program is saying that we have to print 1, 2, 3 up to 100. 101 is not printed here. Why? Why is 101 not printed? Because it is when it becomes 101, 101 less than equal to 100. It's a violation, so it will go down. So ultimately 100 is the last value that comes on monitor with the help of this printf statement. So let's jump to while statement. In case of while, what happens? Let me compile it again. For while, it's compiled and it's a successfully compiled work without error. Then we run it. So same result comes, but we are using another loop. Same results coming with another loop. What is this new loop? This is while loop. Again go for loop. Here also the same case is happening. Let us again execute, compile. It's compiled. Then go for run the program. So while running, we are getting similar result 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 100. No 101 is coming. Nothing is coming. So ultimately, this is the same output but with different programs. This is do while program, this is while program, and this is for program. Okay, so 3 different programs are seen but with the same result. But the thing is that there is a difference to be noticed by us. That is, in case of do while, what happens when the program gets executed, basically when the main function, this is the main function area, entire area, that blue background area. Here what happens? The output comes with the help of this printf. Then it will ask somebody that can I continue. Then if that's somebody section, I am indicating here that somebody section is giving an alert that you cannot continue, then I cannot do anything. That means I can print only one value. If I less than equal 1, I will make it I less than equal 1. What will happen? What will happen? Only 1 will come. Execute, compile, execute, run. Only 1. This part. Only 1 is coming on monitor result. Forget about process exited after 0.223 seconds. This is subsystem given message. Forget about that. That 1 comes as outcome for our program. Okay. So let us do same kind of a thing in while loop. Let it become 1 here. Let us execute, compile. Let us execute, run. Here also there is a 1. Why 1? Because 1 less than equal to 1 is right here also. So 1 comes here. But let me clear one another thing. Let me make it not that equal part. I am not giving that equal. I less than 1 I am writing in do while program. Compile it. Let's run it. So 1 is coming here also. In this output 1 is there. Why is 1 there? Because I equal to 1. 1 is printed. 1 becomes 2. 2 is never less than 1. 2 is never less than 1 here. So only 1 comes here. But if I do the same thing in while loop, the equal sign is deducted here, is erased here. If I compile this as a separate other program, while program, if I'll run it also. So I'll run the program. What is happening here? No output coming. Why? The reason is that the testing happens at the beginning, modification happens later. That means testing happens, then the body works. The whole body is not taken under any consideration. If the violation is there, 1 less than 1 is not there. 1 is less than 1. It's not that. So 1 is less than 1. It's not that. Then let's do it for again. I less than 1. For loop will also not execute here. Compile. We are compiling it. Okay. We are running it. So here also no output. That means what I mean to say that in case of for loop, if I make that 100, modify 100 as 1 and that equal sign is also erased, I modify it to less than 1 condition, I modify it to less than 1 condition here. This is less than 1 condition, this is less than 1 condition, this is again less than 1 condition. But in all these programs are looking similar, but here the output of while loop and the output of for loop will be nothing. Output of while loop will be nothing. No output will come. Output of for loop will be nothing. No output will come. But output of do while will be 1, because the condition is tested later after executing at least for 1 time. So under the condition where the users need that people should run something and then take the permission whether to run the program again, under that kind of scenario, do while is a very good alternative. Okay, so I hope you all understand all these things. If you do not practice all these things again and again, nothing will come as positive result. So you have to practice again and again all these programs, and you will definitely be benefited. Hope you all will be benefited by this video. Thank you all.